Yeah.
All right, we're good. All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Maddagunkscott City Council meeting for May 2018. I'm Hampus Grossbitch. I'm in charge of security tonight. Everyone should remain safe. I'm wearing this vest so you can spot me, keeping you safe. I'll be in the corner all night. Just don't try anything like crazy or weird, and I think we'll all be good. Let's see here. We got security doors in this room in case anything were to happen. We got a door out back, a door on the wall, a door up front, and the best door right there. It's got bathrooms, it's got a bar, it's got the street, it's got another street. I would suggest using that. You can get up and use that door at any time during the meeting. There are no intermissions. Why would there be? This is a meeting. I had another audition in it. Okay, we got an update on the Holly Public Library. Starting to seem like a little bit of a joke. After 7 straight months, we've been in the small theater at Improv Boston in Cambridge, Massachusetts, and not at the Holly Public Library in Maddagunkscott. It's starting to seem like a little bit of a joke, but it started with black mold. It started with when Sport, the spin-off of Harriet the Spy, the third in the series, was returned to the Holly Public Library by a very soggy mom. And yeah, that mold spread across the YA section very quickly. And yeah, that mold got angry when we tried to bleach it. Yeah, and yeah, those cleanup crews found a radon leak coming from a series of spooky tunnels. Yeah, and it's kind of seems a little funny that a group of ragtag misfit kids just decided to explore those tunnels. Like 1 month ago, yeah, and then about a week ago, it seems kind of funny that they all returned and haven't said a word since, except for soon, since they got out of those tunnels. But radon is not a laughing matter. It'll mess you up.
Yes.
So, Holly Public Library is off limits for another 5 months. We're here until October, it looks like.
That's some hot cross.
Hot cost. If you're lucky enough to get called up tonight, you have 5 minutes. I'll be in the corner, I'll have my phone. You get 5 minutes to speak your piece. Around 4, I'm going to start interrupting. Around 5, I might have to push you off stage. I hope it doesn't come to that. Let's see here. Great news. Kat's back. She's out of jail. Yay! Yeah. Oh, man. Without Kat helping us with IT, this whole show wouldn't be possible. This meeting would not be possible without the help of Kat. Okay. You know what? I got one last thing, and then I'm ready to go. I got an email today from Polly.
Polly Possum?
Oh, is he coming? Is he gonna pop out?
It doesn't sound good. Can I get a picture of
For those who don't know, Polly's
Polly's the town mascot.
Makes appearances
That's so great.
I will be speaking on his behalf beginning now. Dear Maddagunkscott City Council, how are you? I am well. I regret to inform the council that I will not be able to emerge suddenly as if from nowhere at this month's City Council meeting. I'm serious.
Is he okay?
This is not a trick. I'm on vacation visiting the beautiful marshes of northern Maddagunkscott, filling my heart with splendor of its shallow ponds and damp moss. I will not be jumping out and surprising you tonight. It's true. This is not misdirection. Yes. Sometimes even Maddagunkscott's foremost purveyor of town spirit needs to take some time to recharge himself with the wonder of our amazing city every now and then. And then I return. And when I return, I will thrill and, yes, maybe even frighten our citizens with more town spirit than they are potentially comfortable with. On an unrelated note, I think I left something in the theater last month. Could you check behind the curtain to your left?
Oh, is this?
Don't.
What's left? Oh, that's left.
Yeah, I just go like this and now.
Someone go.
Meeting left or?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. It says, don't read this part. Someone goes to check behind the curtain as if they're about to pull away the curtain. Rock and roll number 2 starts playing, and the lights go crazy, but there's nothing there.
Oh.
I don't, just kidding, I told you I'm not there. It's the truth, or is it sincerely Polly the Maddagunkscott town mascot? P.S. I've included my cheer if you need infusion of town spirit at the meeting. Just play rock and roll number 2. Yeah, I guess so. It says he included that in the email.
Can we do this without him?
I think I'm going to have to. I think I'm going to have to.
I mean, we could always use an infusion of town cheer.
Yeah, we'll start with.
Oh God!
It's like he's here with us.
You gonna do the
Their instructions on.
Yeah, I think. Do we just like? I don't. Hey! Hey! I don't, so okay, I guess it says. I don't know when to. I'm not Polly. Do I just?
Do you
Do
need
you know
one
when
of
he
us
does?
to do it?
Yes, please.
Oh, I just closed it. We
You know what?
need to get the meeting on.
It's not
We
the
need to
same
get
way I'm here. We shouldn't have.
Maddagunkscott!
I think we clearly flew too close to the sun.
I
We
know.
tried to do this.
No, it's done. It's done. I need a shot of whiskey.
Miss him already.
Okay, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
This meeting of the Maddagunkscott City Council, Saturday, May 12th, 2018, is now officially called to order. None of that will be on the record from earlier. Okay, now I will call the roll of attendance. Please say present when I call your name. Nadine Turner, counselor.
I'm here.
Jeff Mitchards, counselor.
Present.
Ruth Wilson Hayes, counselor. Present. Hampus Grosbitch, security guard.
Present.
Okay. Joseph Cups, mayor.
Oh, no,
Is it just
not him.
He's not here. He's not here.
Never.
Okay, and our council minute taker for this month, Gloria Mitchards.
Hello.
She is present.
Yes. Do you mind if I just share one thing?
Sure.
Other than the fact that I'm Jeffrey's mother, so happy to be here. A special Mother's Day weekend, celebrating with my boy. So give it up for Jeffrey.
Love.
Please stop.
Continue forever. And also, I've brought in Jeffrey's favorite cookie bars.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Are those just chocolate chips?
Just chocolate chips.
You know I have to have one of those. Oh my God, you gotta give me the recipe so maybe I can share it on my show.
Oh.
Awesome gossip on the local access channel. If anybody's interested, it's Sunday nights at 10.
Just want you kids to have a good meeting. So thanks for having me,
Oh,
Jeffrey. Thank you so much.
So much, Gloria. Is there a motion to approve the attendance?
Motion to approve the best cookie bars I've ever had.
Oh, is
Yeah, one
Is
of
there a second?
Absolutely. Second.
Oh, thank you. The attendance record has been approved. Since Gloria wasn't here at last session's meeting, I mean, I don't know if there's any minutes that you may have to share. Anything else you may want to let us know of? Or?
Just the minute that I'm proud of Jeffrey.
Oh.
All that he's done. All right. There one day. There one day.
Thank you so much. Now is probably a good time to recap that we usually have Miss Burnett Murray
Yes.
Boudreau taking notes for us. She informed us this month she was away on a spiritual lovers yoga retreat for the remainder of the month. However, Officer Randy Dongs informed us that she is actually on house arrest for public indecency until her arraignment for said crime. And so she will not be with us until at least that happens in about a month or so.
But I think we're having a great time with Gloria Mitchell.
Well, I can't complain.
Thank you. Enjoy.
It's so cute. It's so cute.
Well, we're going to get into some updates, and I will sort of start off. We do have a huge update from us on the council. Kat, if you can bring up, save the date. The Maddagunkscott 360th birthday celebration is going to be on Friday, September 28th at 10 p.m. in this place, but in the bigger place right next door.
The big one?
The bigger one. So
We
we're
got the
gonna,
big one.
it's gonna be right here in that bigger area. So there'll be more seats for everybody, and we're gonna celebrate our 360 years as a city. Oh gosh, and you know we're organizing it us as a council, and we're gonna reach out to everybody to sort of let them know, you know, what is it you want to do, what is it you want to see. This is about Maddagunkscott and bringing the history of our beautiful city to you. So please save the date, get it on your calendars, and we can't wait.
Very exciting. Very exciting.
Can I just say, these are like so good. You should be really proud of yourself. These are like so good. I don't know if you guys. I definitely want the recipe. I put on my access channel.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Awesome.
Sir, you should probably pass.
Does anyone else have an update they'd like to share with the public before we get to that?
Oh yes. I would just like want to say like thank you so much for having me here, and like thank you all for the support you've given me on my blog, Possum Gossip. And now that I have a local access show and I found recent fame, I just like want you all to know I'm like eternally grateful. So like thank you so much. Just want you to know that. That's all.
Thank you, Nadine.
And it's rosé. Like do it. I'm putting. It's like so good. It's like,
This is a
so good.
Don't
public
usually
meeting.
drink during it.
I have a local access cable. It's fine. I drink on it too. It's fine.
Wow.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. You all set, Counselor?
Oh, I'm all set.
You're all set. Okay. Well, is there a motion to approve the Counselor check-ins?
Motion to. Do I do that?
Please.
And
Okay.
a second?
I second it.
All
my God.
right. Counselor check-ins are approved, and we are ready to move forward with our community feedback session. We're going to hear from you, our constituents. Yes.
So good.
So first, we will have Captain Reginald Nathanson of the SS Rabbit Opossum. Opossum. I'm so sorry.
You can say it opossum or possum, either way. Ahoy, audience. Sorry, citizens. Ahoy, counselor. And if we could have the... That's me. Since I don't have much time, I'll get started right away with some history. In 1678, Nathaniel Nathanson took to sea, leaving his hometown of Maddagunkscott. After a couple of years as a sailor, he led an all-hands mutiny and took over as a pirate captain. He rechristened the ship the Rabbit Opossum, the Rabbit Opossum, in honor of his hometown, and adopted the name Captain Patchbeard due to an unfortunate skin condition. He and the crew headed south and started tearing up the Caribbean. Unfortunately, the heat and humidity exacerbated the skin condition, earning him the sobriquet Old Crotch Rot. While many would be put aback by the nightmare of fungus and ruined flesh in their trousers, with true Maddagunkscott spirit, he made the best of it, cutting out the front of all his breeches, and while other pirates were tying little bits of cloth into their beard and hair and setting them alight, he just sort of waggled his genital atrocity at anyone he wanted to get to surrender. If we could have the next slide. This is the Rabbit Opossum. She was a beaut. And the next slide. And there's the captain himself. Never was there a more misnamed Jolly Roger. Unfortunately, the perfidious Royal Navy sank the Rabbit Opossum with all hands, as he had no children of his own for obvious reasons. He willed his captaincy, his ship, and his buried treasure to his brother back home, Nathanson, whose descendant I am. I've spent the greater part of my life searching for his buried treasure here in town. Unfortunately, this is all that remains of the map. And so I am throwing it open to the citizens. Anyone who finds the treasure may take a 20% finder's fee. I will warn you if you try to take more, I am a pirate. If I could have the next slide. The treasure is none of these places I have checked. But to the real reason I'm here, your backyard, it is not there. Before the mold. Oh, if I could have the next slide. This is the current incarnation of the SS Rabbit Possum. She's a humbler vessel, 'tis true, but she's seaworthy, and the shallower draft allows the navigation of a wider variety of waters. Why, in fact, I was just in the Boston Public Garden among the swan boats earlier today. I must have cleared about $600. Now, some of you are asking yourself, Captain, isn't piracy illegal? Yeah, it's super illegal. But privateering is only mostly illegal, which is why I have brought this letter of marque, which I'm going to ask the council to approve, which will legalize my raiding and pillaging of all of the enemies of Maddagunkscott, of which there are many. This town has enemies. They are rich and they are complacent. Here, you can look that over, sign it, pass it around. But there's another reason I'm here, because I intend to upgrade at some point, and at that point I'll need a crew. So who wants to be a pirate? All right, not as big of a response as I was hoping for. Maybe you're waiting to see the compensation package. Could I have the next slide? Traditionally, we share out our spoils as pirates. You'll notice as captain, I get 1.5 shares. So I ask you this: can you think of any CEO in the country who could stand up here and say that he only gets paid 50% more than the lowest paid worker in the organization? I don't think you can, and I'm proud of that. I'm also proud of this. Last slide. We are fully inclusive, all right? 17th century pirate ships were racially integrated, and there were even women pirates. So, of course, we do not discriminate on the basis of literally fill in the blank. We also are happy to hire convicted felons. In fact, depending on the felony, there may be a signing bonus. You can't talk to me later. And finally, this is really important to me. As an industry made popular by people with peg legs and hook hands, we are more than ADA compliant, okay? Their standard is reasonable accommodation, so obviously, like, wheelchair accessible ship, but we will make unreasonable accommodations. You want to put a cannon on that wheelchair, you talk to me, we'll make it happen. That's my pitch. Anyone who wants to join up, meet me down by the marina. We'll sign your name to the ship's book and get you a badass tattoo.
You have something you want us to approve?
Yes,
I didn't want to hand it around. I didn't know if it was too personal.
I mean, I will say this is easily the best thought out proposal that has been brought before us.
Thank you. I had my maritime lawyer craft it.
And I am more than happy to sign it.
If there's something that's going to protect us against our enemies,
Right,
it's just
Absolutely. And at the very least, it will encourage the only pirate ship around to stay out of Maddagunkscott and hunt elsewhere. So,
I see no issue with this plan, and I look forward to the treasure. Thank you very much, guys.
thank you. Thank you.
First autograph I did tonight. If anybody else wants an autograph, I'm free to give one.
Don't let anyone be sent to support small businesses.
so cute.
All right.
That'd be great. I want you in a segment eventually. Well, I'll talk to you. That'd be great.
You're always welcome aboard.
Let's move on now to our next community member, Mr. Jim Nasium from 8424 Washington. Mr. Nasium.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jim Nasium. If you've seen the signs around town, and I'm sure many of you have, you know that I am running for ombudsman of this fair town in the elections this November. It has been absolutely fantastic getting to know the citizens of this wonderful town, and I'm looking forward to doing more of it over the next 6 months. As I was talking to our citizens door to door, I noticed there was a little confusion, so I'd like to clear it up and clarify some things right now. My name is Jim Nasium, but I am opposed to the construction of the public gymnasium downtown. I think it's a waste of taxpayer money. Frankly, we could use the same lot to build a park at a fraction of the cost. It would accomplish the same thing without all that construction and staff. So, Gymnasium is against the gymnasium. Vote for Jim, not for the gym. On a similar note, I am in favor of cleaning up Maddagunkscott Brook. It's full of litter, if you've noticed. It's been a real long time since I've ever any proper conservation efforts. So I am very much in favor of the brook cleanup. My opponent is not. Her name is Brook Cleanup. So, just to clarify, Gymnasium is for the brook cleanup, but against the gymnasium. Brook Cleanup is for the gymnasium, but against the brook cleanup. Is that clear? Oh, Brook, ladies and gentlemen, Brook Cleanup.
Oh, Brook Cleanup.
Hi, everybody. I just think that if gym gets a chance to vouch for the Brook, then Brooke should get a chance to vouch for the gym.
Here, here.
Thank you.
Oh, this is so juicy.
Now, everybody loves a gym.
I know a Jim everyone knows.
Hey, excuse me. I'm talking right now. So again, I am Brooke Cleanup, running for Ombudswoman of Maddagunkscott. All right? And listen, physical education is so important. That's why we need to build this gymnasium. You know, our children's fitness is so important to us. All right? And that brook is fine. It recently passed its environmental inspection from the state, all right? So we don't need to waste money cleaning it up. So vote, I hope that you'll vote for me, Brook Cleanup, and the gymnasium, not gymnasium and his brook cleanup.
The brook is filthy.
Excuse me?
The brook, not you. I would never say that about you. We don't do that here in Maddagunkscott.
That's right, that's right. So for everybody's edification,
Okay.
I am Brook Cleanup. I am for the gymnasium. He is gymnasium. He is for the brook cleanup. All right. Are there any
Thank you,
questions?
Brooke.
Yeah, what's your position on the public parking facility?
No one takes that
Yeah,
proposal
the
seriously.
public parking facility
No.
is dumb.
Excuse me?
Who are you?
My name is Public Parking. And I have never been so offended in my entire life.
No, we weren't talking about you.
Listen, there's not enough traffic downtown to justify a facility that big just for parking.
I drive my car downtown every day, and there is no place to park it. We in this town need commuter-friendly infrastructure, or the town will go to pot like that. You know what? I'm going to run for this ombudsman position, and I'm announcing my candidacy right here, right now. My name is Public Parking Facility. Vote for me if you support the public parking facility.
So what are your positions on the gymnasium and the brook cleanup?
I think that you're both assholes.
Okay.
My God.
I'm sorry I brought any of this up. Have a good night, everyone.
You should call yourself James Navy.
I said good night!
So much easier.
Jim, thank you.
Does it get this heated parking facility?
Does it get this heated often?
That's
Because like I'll come to this like every month if it does. Like this is
Everyone should come every
Well, yeah, but like I'm busy, but like yeah, I'll definitely try and make an effort to avoid this. Like this is great subject matter.
People are very, very passionate about local government.
I love it. It's so cute. I love it.
Budsman, who knew? Who knew it was that tight?
That's insane.
Does anyone want another cookie?
I do.
Everybody get a cookie?
All set
It's
for right
Saturday. I'm gonna going out later, so I want to like bulk up. Thank you.
All right, next we have Calder Conway of 99 Alabama Boulevard. Calder.
That's me.
Hello, Calder.
Just real quick before we get started, I don't mean to alarm the counselors, but I have reason to believe that I am being tailed by the infamous and dangerous private investigator of New Hampshire and the wider New England area, Ziggy Baraccier. So, for my own safety, I am recording this meeting, or my portion of the meeting, should anything happen to me. And I just need quickly, before I can continue, the consent of the three counselors to their recording of this portion of the city council. Could you consent into the microphone, please?
Yes, it's already being recorded.
Yes, it's public. I consent.
You've all consented to being recorded? Well, that's great, because you are all on Make My Date. My name is Brad Bacharach. That's right, host of the mobile surprise dating show, Make My Date. The three of you are my newest contestants. Keep that theme music going, Dad. Can I get 3 eligible bachelors up from the crowd who want to be matched up with a Maddagunkscott city councilman? Yes, you, my friend, get it up here. All right, how about you 3? Come on up, my good friend. Just stand right here. 2 more, please. Yes, you 2 in the back. Come on up here. You, my friend. What's your name? Thank you very much, Kat.
I don't know which one.
All right, the 3 of you, introduce yourself into the microphone.
Hi, I'm Erin.
Hey, I'm Peyton. Cheryl.
Great, fantastic. Aaron, Peyton, or Cheryl. Now, the good news is that unlike most dating game shows, on Make My Date, everybody leaves paired up. That's right. You'll leave paired up. You'll leave paired up. You'll leave paired up. You'll leave paired up. We'll all leave paired up, except for me. I gotta go home to the lovely Mrs. Bird Bacharach. But let's get started, why don't we? All right, it's real simple. Everybody gets to ask one question, and everybody gets to give one answer. One answer per question. Does it make sense? No questions from the crowd. Thank you. And at the end, we're all going to pair up and go home and have a wild night. All right, let's start over here with Nadine Turner. Nadine, what's your question?
My question's for Peyton. Like, what are you doing later?
Peyton, what are you doing later?
No pressure.
Probably get a drink.
Probably getting a drink. Can we hear Make My Date? Make My Date! Fantastic. Moving right along. Ruth Wilson Hayes.
My question's for Cheryl. How do you like to improve your community?
Cheryl.
Walking.
Walking, you heard it.
Hi, my name's Jeff Mitchards. I've been happily married for 16 years. And my question is for Aaron. Aaron, I would like to know, what is your favorite municipal department?
Oh.
Wow. Whatever department you're in. Boo.
Oh, it's getting saucy! It's getting saucy! Let's move on to the bachelor portion. Bachelors, I'm going to ask you to keep these questions a little bit saucy. Let's start over here with Cheryl.
What's your favorite pants?
Jeff, that one's for you, honey.
I like a nice pair of slacks. I wear a 34, 32.
Jeff wears 34. Can we get a Make My Date for 34 pants? Make My Date! You, my friend. Keep it saucy.
I enjoy Italian dinner. Some people like marinara, some people like butter. What do you put on your pasta?
Ooh, a saucy question. Ruth, I'm going to ask you, make this answer sexy, honey. This is for TV.
Well, I like a nice vodka sauce.
Oh, a vodka sauce. That's it for a fun night. Seems like you two are hitting it off already, huh, Ruth? Finding a little cutie. All right, let's keep it going. Aaron?
What's your favorite thing to do in the dark?
Your favorite thing to do in the dark? Ooh, Nadine. This is a softball.
So, have you ever been to an ABC party, which stands for anything but clothes? It's a great...
Whoa! You can't say that on television! Should I get a Make My Date for you can't say that on television? Make My Date! All right, folks, we've heard the questions. We've heard the answers. Now it's time to pair up. Cheryl, Cheryl and Aaron, I don't know where you two want to go, but I'm sensing some real chemistry between... Could you guys get your name again? Between Peyton and Ruth. Peyton and Ruth, what do you say? You want a date?
Aren't you married?
I am married.
Yeah.
Are you sure? He's real cute.
I'm happy to take you out for pastors and we can talk.
All right, that's it. Ruth, I am New Hampshire private investigator Ziggy Baratier. I was hired by your husband to investigate alleged infidelity. And I have got to say, this is all on camera, and I will be showing it to him.
Oh my God!
Yes, I will.
Let's go put your hand in the blender!
You know what? Why don't you go put your hand in Peyton? I know you want to. Folks, keep it in your pants. Maddagunkscott is a Christian town. Thank you. I have been Ziggy Baratier. If you want to contact me for help with marriage infidelity issues, you know where to find me. Wherever danger strikes. This was not a real dating show.
So we don't get dates.
I guess we can.
I guess you can set them up on your own.
Get out of my
Shame on you.
Get out of my face. I don't use this word often, but I'm bamboozled right now.
My marriage is doing great.
I'm sure.
That's not what Mr. Wilson
Well,
thinks.
we are building an outdoor pool right now. Okay,
Ooh.
and I'm gonna have a great summer.
I bet you will.
GA is an interesting last name.
I'm not gonna get divorced a second time. All right, so
Right.
next we have someone else next.
Do you want me to say it? I can say it. This one?
Yeah. it's that one.
Okay. This is the Mad Gunker from.
What?
I can't even read it. Whatever. He has an address. What is going on?
What's happening? Hello.
Cat, is there a technical?
Is there an issue?
I see movement.
I just want to say I also handle murders. I'm here.
Ah! Where did you come from?
I come from the shadows.
Shadows.
Greetings, fellow citizens. I am the Mad Gunker, the leader of the evil council of Maddagunkscott.
Are we safe?
I think we're safe.
Don't you dare, gross bitch, or your daughter gets it.
I'm vlogging the shit out of it.
Good. Alright, citizens, do not fear. I do not wish harm upon any of you today. I wish to talk about a real issue that's affecting all of us. Property taxes.
That's property taxes.
They are too high. Did you know that the average property tax rate for New Hampshire is 2.05%? How can you imagine what my property tax is as an evil villain and how much I have to pay per year on my super villain base?
That's
Right.
difficult.
Like very high, like a lot.
Very high! I have to pay my minions even less, only 2 cents this year. They're not happy.
We're
That's,
sorry about your minion.
that's a very legitimate complaint.
Let me tell a story. Do you remember the black pirate of Maddagunkscott Sea?
Well, I mean, we all learned about it in school, but
We can't talk about it.
right.
He had a successor that was around until your property tax bill passed, and he can't afford to be a villain anymore. So now he's just a noble citizen.
Well, I mean, villain or no, I'm, I feel for any citizen.
I know. But we just signed something to target our enemies, and would you say villains are enemies?
Right.
I mean, what are they doing to help our town? Sorry.
Tourism. People like me make Maddagunkscott more known.
I mean, that's a fair point. Every time you turn on the TV and it's
Yeah,
the Mad
you're all
Gunker
over
strikes
it.
again,
Yeah.
it's right.
It's more famous than us.
It's great.
And it's the Maddagunkscott Council of Villains' fault that Polly the Possum isn't here today.
Oh, okay. That is offensive.
It's true! He's not on vacation. He's been captured by us.
But he sent us a very nice note explaining that. Oh my God, it was a fake.
It was in his voice, though. It felt like him.
They could have forced him to write it.
That's exactly what we did.
Oh my God. What are you gonna do to him?
Nothing. But that depends on the people mad at Gunskate. You clearly do not wish to lower the property rate tax on the poor people of this town. Do you?
I mean, it is New Hampshire. We
Very high, there's no income taxes, so we have to account for it other ways.
I feel like
Citizens of Maddagunkscott! If you go with me and join us, I will make sure there is no property tax you have to pay. I will be the great leader of New Hampshire. Not just Maddagunkscott, New Hampshire. And you will have to pay nothing. Just your obedience to our cause. Who is with me?
Could I get some clarification on what your cause is?
For our evil council to do whatever we want.
Oh, it's a pretty open-ended.
Yes. Civil servant, how much time do I have left?
You have about like 45 seconds to frighten us.
Oh, have I not frightened you already?
No, you have. That's the point.
Good.
We will certainly take your concerns into account. However, to have a competing city council really sort of upends, our mission.
They have Polly. The possum. Let's just lower the property tax.
I mean, it's sure.
How far would we have to lower the property tax to secure the release of Polly the possum?
An average of 1.72%.
Is that like a lot?
And you'll ensure his safety.
Yes, he will return to you next month, safe and sound.
That's not even year over year. We could probably recoup it by just increasing parking fees.
Do not mess with the price of parking in the town!
Yes, citizen, express your rage!
All right.
I'm an expert in tracking down.
You need to shut your mouth.
Do not speak to me that way.
All right. I raise a motion to reduce the property tax by 1.78%.
I'll second it.
And I will approve that motion.
Good.
Who is doing that?
Where did he go?
Yeah, where did he go?
How did he do that?
My God.
All right. Look, honestly,
This is juice. This is like call this like O.J. Simpson because this is juice right now.
I worked on that case. Tropicana.
Bad job. Which side?
Tropicana?
All right, great.
Okay,
moving
moving
on.
on.
All right, our next citizen is Ermin Polat from Laboratory Corporation Worldwide at 3200 Walnut Street. Ermin Polat.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
My name is Ermin Politz. If I could get that PowerPoint up, thank you very much. So yes, I have a PhD in biology, chemistry, and robotics. I've been working really hard to build inventions to make the town more habitable, and I would like. I really need funding. Is what it comes down to, and I need you to approve at least one of my inventions if it's going to continue. So I'd like to just pitch some inventions, and hopefully you would approve them.
Correct.
Please. Next slide, please. So Maddagunkscott has a possum infestation. I know we all love Polly, however, the possums are getting out of control. And so I worked to build an invention to eradicate some of the possum population. Next slide, please. So invention number one is the possum pry. Okay, these are slow lines. They excrete a chemical compound called lithium nitrate. It kills the possums, okay? It is invisible, okay? It is odorless, tasteless gas, harmless to humans. It humanely puts down possums and decomposes the bodies within 4 hours, okay? They feel nothing and leaves no mess, okay? They die like Yoda. It is not... okay? One small thing. It will definitely kill all dogs in range. Now, I know that's not ideal. It's not ideal... circumstance.
So
it will definitely yes, it will definitely kill all the dogs in Maddagunkscott if
I have a
we.
dog. I have a dog.
You have a, Okay, so next dimension. Okay, so if dogs are dying from a gas, it's looking like. So the invention is made specialized. Right, so this is a prototype of the invention. Okay, this is a gas mask for the puppers. It alters the chemical intake and it turns the inhalation of the lithium nitrate into perfectly breathable oxygen for the pet. Okay, it's a sleek design. Okay, you can show off to your neighbors. It fits all breeds. And then so we'll kill the possums. But one small thing, the byproduct, the chemical reaction, it makes the dog feces explode within minutes of contact with air. Now, so I understand it's not ideal. Again, but possums will be lowered.
No, we have
So if
exploding
their feces
dogs.
explode, will
So I see-
they explode too?
Well,
What does that mean?
if they're close enough to the feces at the time, it's within minutes,
Within
so
the
you have
air.
some time. So when the feces come out and
You
they
have to
touch
run.
the air, you just have to pull them a little bit and they'll just move. Okay, so fine. Next dimension. Okay, so problem is exploding dog poop. Okay, this I've invented Poop Poop Paul. Okay, he's a robot. You can locate the poop by smell. Okay, and ingest it within seconds. Okay, his stomach is lined with titanium. Okay, to contain the poop blasts. Also, he scrubs your decks and floors. What's not to love? He's efficient. He's strong and incredibly fast, and will eat any poop within 50-meter radius in less than 8 seconds. Okay, he's good. One small thing. Can't distinguish between dog and human feces, so it may eat babies with soiled diapers if they're not changed within 8 seconds. So I know it's not ideal.
You cannot have a robot that eats babies, maybe.
But you also, it's up to you. Okay, you just have to be really responsive parents.
Luckily, I don't. My kids are pretty grown, but still.
I mean, look, there's no way to guarantee that we can protect our babies against Hollywood.
No.
Okay, fine. So next invention. Okay, so the baby-eating robots. Okay, so the invention is the poop protection pulsator, the PPPPP. So it sends the electromagnetic pulse to repel the poop-eating robots away from your babies. Okay, it keeps them out of the house. The dog poop will still explode. They'll eat the dog poop, and you can just make sure your dog is not sitting on its poop or eating its poop. Okay, these pulsates are no more harmful than a Wi-Fi signal. Okay, it's inaudible. You cannot hear it. Indetectable by animals' ears. It keeps the robots outside. Does not interfere with baby monitor transmission. Okay, easily clips onto crib. Okay, propels robots away from babies. One small thing. Electromagnetic. It attracts Crotalus molossus, or more commonly known as the North Black-tailed rattlesnake. Now I know thousands of rattlesnakes will enter Maddagunkscott. But I've made a new invention for that. Okay, so the problem is rampant rattlesnakes. Okay, there's gas pods. Okay, gas pods that attract mongooses. Okay, so now the gas is invisible, odorless, tasteless, harmless to animals. Okay, the mongoose is natural predator to the rattlesnakes. The mongoose will work to counteract the rattlesnake population once they come in to fend off the robots from eating the poop, which is all to get rid of the possums. Now, one small thing, however. The mongoose pheromone attracts Didelphis virginiana, or more commonly, the possums. So the problem with
What?
But then, the stone lions.
So if this, because if this one, then next time when you, okay. I just really need you to approve one of these inventions.
I'll buy the poo bot.
We
don't have babies on the ship anyway.
We need that could work. I do have one other idea. It's a snuggle, but with a flap for the penis.
That could be fun.
That could be okay. Okay.
You would like that, wouldn't you, Ruth?
Wow. I will say I have peed on a Snuggie accidentally before.
How much is that?
I could probably do $24.99.
Oh, great. That's fine. Great.
Come on, it can't be that low.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I will buy it. Absolutely.
That's real. That's a really good idea. I like that.
The regular Snuggie is like over $30.
Yeah, that's like cheaper.
I have a date later, so.
That's great.
Okay, so next we have Diane Furzin and Franklin Furzin, the Maddagunkscott community players. 12 Bayleaf Way.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Yes, I'll move this stuff.
I can move that.
No, it's fine.
The chips? We have a box of free chips.
Okay. We do have a box of chips if anyone wants chips.
Hello. 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 My name is Franklin, and this is my sister Diana. And we of course, are the founders of the Maddagunkscott Community Players. Theater people. And we're here to give the city ground floor opportunity to invest in our latest productions.
It's a grand production.
Oh, you wrote it,
I
darling.
wrote it. It's an idea that I came up with myself.
Yes, it was so
Yes.
wonderful.
Oh, it's a reinvention.
Yes!
Of the play.
The musical.
The musical.
Annie.
But it's called Orphan.
It's a dramatic retelling.
No music.
No music.
And we need $50,000 to put this play.
$50,000.
A mere penny for what beauty it'll bring to our hearts and our souls. We, as a town, need to learn more about what it's like to be an orphan. We don't know.
No! We grew up together, happy.
Happy twins.
Twins.
We're twins.
We're twins. Would you like to see a scene from our play?
That would be great.
Excellent. I'll be portraying Daddy Warbucks.
And I'll be portraying little orphan Annie. Pan in. Daddy! Daddy! Oh, I'm so poor!
Don't worry, my darling. I shall scoop you up, hold you in my arms.
Daddy, Daddy!
You shall never want again.
But what about my real parents?
Your real parents?
Yes. The sun won't come out until I meet them. My real parents.
I shall be the one. The one.
End scene.
Revolutionary.
Right.
I have low blood sugar.
I'll say one of my. I love the musical Annie. I love the music from Annie.
That's great. Sounds great.
So you won't be doing any of the music.
No.
Just the story.
It's a deep, dark
Erotic.
story about a little girl who's an orphan.
And a big, strong man that wants to protect her with money.
Who would need music in a play like that?
Who would need anything but sheer, hot, animal magnetism?
Yes.
I'm sorry. What am I seeing here? What is this? What's going on?
This is art.
This is my brother.
This is my sister.
I don't know about all of this.
Remember when we went to
I
see?
feel people are threatened by art in this town. I feel people don't know true beauty of the theater. We just need $50,000.
Give it to us. 50. Give us the money.
We have
give
many-
us $50,000.
Those are a few small business brands right there.
50. We're not a
Buy
small
the
business.
parking tickets and give us 50.
You have 1 minute left if you want to do like another weird incest play.
I was working on something.
That's That's true. I don't think they're ready.
No?
No, I don't.
It's based on the winning HBO show Westworld. My sister and I play erotic robots. No, it comes out at the very beginning. It's not a spoiler at all.
Oh, great, I haven't seen it.
Pen in.
I want to know what it's like to love.
I want to know the touch of another being.
What is real?
What is fake?
Scene.
We just need
$50,000.
And you've seen, we've lowered property taxes in one meeting. We just spent $24.99 on a very great invention.
I think we may have financed a pirate earlier.
Self-financing.
Oh.
Well, art will go on regardless.
We can look into it, see if we can move some stuff around, right?
Sure.
Such a northern town. Not giving money to the
We love the
arts.
arts.
Well, thank you very much, Diana and Franklin, and we look forward to seeing your production. No matter how
Wanna introduce the next?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. This is the Witherson family from the attic in I'm reading that right? Whitson's family from the attic in the boarded up house on Scottsdale Street.
Oh, boy.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Don't touch anything. Sit around the podium. Sit around me. Sit down. Sit down.
You need the podium?
I don't need the podium.
Oh, well.
Get from out. Get out. Get out.
Marinara. Vodka.
I know a lot of you have probably seen us on the news by now, but I would like to formally introduce you to my family. We are the Whitson's family. And yes, we've lived in the attic for the past 20 years. I stockpiled enough supplies to last a very long time, and I knew eventually that this day would come. But I think I prepared them for all the evils of the world. And last week, we ran out of...
No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Last week, we ran out of Ovaltine and Hot Pockets. Reporters and detectives have asked me why. Why, Bethany, did you raise your hand? Sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Stop. Save your brother.
Why, Bethany, did you raise your family in the attic? And my answer is this: protection. What any mother could want for her children.
Who gave you chips? Who gave you chips?
She got in the box. She got in the box.
There's free chips for everybody.
You call yourself a security guard?
There was no danger.
What's in this? Read the ingredients. Read the ingredients. No, read the ingredients. Stop it. Stop it. Johnson, sit down. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Potatoes and salt.
Yeah, is that it?
In 1998, the first year in the attic, my husband Truman Whitson left me and our family to pursue his Hollywood dreams.
Not here. Not here. Not here.
He got offered a role as a gaffer in As Good as It Gets. I knew at that moment that the new millennium, what with cellular phones, AOL, Monica Lewinsky, the Helen Hudson, and Jack Nicholson. Grayson, don't touch the man. Grayson, don't touch the man.
Dad. It's not your dad.
This guy's got a weird block.
I know you all probably think that I'm a terrible mother,
I think we're safe.
but I was just doing what I thought was best for my children. And I just thought I would come to the meeting and show you that we're just like you. And we're ready, and I want you all to stop taking pictures of us on the street when we're at the duck pond, when we're...
That's not your dad.
That's not your dad. Get back here.
I was
Johnson! Johnson!
Wait, Grayson Johnson, oh, okay.
Marinara.
Sonny. Johnson, can you be a security guard? Or
The
are you a
security guard-
failure as a person?
He's gonna block. He's gonna block.
He's just a boy. We're just like you. We're just like you. Why do you treat us like we're different? Why do you gawk at us? I hear you whisper. I hear you. I hear you. We're a loving family. Shame on you all. Shame on all of you. Keep your cell phones and your Harry Potter books away from my kids.
Dad? He's not here. He's not here.
I'm gonna go to army one day.
If you have any questions,
It's warm in here.
you can ask us now.
No, not
Dad?
Everyone, children, close your ears. Close your ears. Close your ears, Johnson. Put down the block.
I guess just, do you need any assistance?
Dad?
No.
Dad?
We're out of Ovaltine.
Ovaltine.
Any sort of like cancer.
Right, Department of Human Services could probably help out with.
No,
You can apply for that.
we have plenty of money. This is never about money.
What do you need? Like, what do you need? Like,
I want the town to treat us just like we're everyone else.
Yeah,
okay.
of course.
Can you make it a law? Can you hang the ones who scoff?
Wait, what?
We outlawed hanging as a means of execution a long time ago.
Dad.
It's not your dad.
So unfortunately, we can't do any sort of public executions because
Hold on.
that is
Give me
against.
those chips. Give me those chips.
Oh, that's fine.
Hey! Hey!
Hey!
Put him down! Put him down! Sonny!
This is being
Sonny!
recorded.
Sonny!
You have 30 seconds left.
Don't tell me!
I hate water.
Everyone does. That's why it works.
I mean, we can certainly say publicly, and we can encourage the whole community to treat each other as they would want to be treated
No
themselves.
bullying.
That's all we ask.
That's bad.
Yeah.
So, great.
Thank you for your time.
No! No!
See what happens when you break up a marriage, Ruth?
Who gave you those?
What are you doing later?
Sorry for the mess. They don't know
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine. So,
Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
if you see the Whitson's family,
You can.
Treat them.
just treat them normally,
With respect.
like you would want to be treated.
The golden rule.
Don't look at the camera. What? No, stop it.
Great,
Dad?
Oh my god.
great.
Right down.
Now's a great time to bring up our final community member for the evening. We have Mr. Grover Mangirth from 50 Hicks Avenue. Grover Mangirth.
I'm not much of a public speaker, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry. This is an informal meeting.
Fellow citizens, esteemed council members, I stand before you to address the elephant in the room. There is a matter that stares us all in the face on a daily basis. It
threatens our homes, our children, and perhaps even our very way of life. And yet no one wants to talk about it. Never mind demand the action of this council. But I'm putting my fears aside in the hopes that my actions might inspire the rest of you. Yes, I am here today to talk about the orb. Now, like all of you, I was awakened on the night of the solstice by the blinding light and deafening thunderclap, and I was overcome by the same irresistible subconscious urge to leave my home without dressing and join the rest of the town gathered on the softball field behind the middle school to behold the orb as it descended from heaven. And I wept as openly as anybody as the orb glowed in colors so beautiful they're indescribable by mere human language. And I too, like all of you, made love with the same reckless abandon in the animalistic orgy that broke out in the mud afterwards. And I understand everyone's apprehension to talk about the orb. Everyone remembers the night of the arrival when Evan Brattle tried to call the state police and both his phone and tongue burst into blue flame. And we all know that Cindy Davenport tried to publish that tell-all article about the orb's power in the Maddagunkscott Telegraph, and the publishing office of the paper is still trapped in that impenetrable vortex, and the screams of those trapped inside of it still echo down Main Street. And when Otis Betters, he tried to take that picture of the orb, and he claims that he experienced 7 lifetimes of horrors while time stood still for the rest of the universe. So I know it's a scary subject to talk about. And I'm not saying the orb is bad. We all know someone who's been cured of any one of 100 ailments. Any one of 100 ailments by the black tar that collects underneath the orb. And the fact that birds refuse to migrate over the sky of our town has been a boon to anyone who grows grains. Last week, I received an unmarked, unstamped envelope in the mail, and inside of it was a single Polaroid photograph of my dead grandmother standing over my bed as I slept, and written on the back of it was simply the word knowledge.
You okay? He has water.
I'm simply saying,
Oh my God.
the time has come for us to ask ourselves, what does the orb want from us? Why does it leave during every new moon to hover over nuclear weapon sites? What does it mean when ancient pyramids?
Oh no.
Where's that?
Oh.
Why were the babies who were born from that frenzied night of lovemaking never cry? We need to call the National Guard. Yeah.
Oh my God. He's
Campus, can we call?
I'll get paper towels.
Tissues. I don't have any service.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just want to go on record as saying that I am for the orb, all right? I am pro-orb, all right? Public parking facility, and I am pro-orb.
Back down. Is he?
He's dead and there's no mess.
Well, I for one have no idea what he's talking about when he refers to some crazy orb orgy night. I was certainly not any part of that, and I'm sure the rest of us weren't either.
Ring a bell, Ruth?
Would you say he's an enemy of the town?
I would say he's a solid enemy, but I'm also interested. Anyway, we have a dead body. Again. This is the second meeting. No, this is probably like third meeting we've had a dead body.
Oh my God,
There was
really?
that small child.
Last month we had 2.
We had 2
back
dead
to
bodies.
back.
That's right.
Yes.
Oh my God. I gotta come to you.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. we will get that taken care of once I get service. We'll call an ambulance.
If anybody wants a recap of anything that's happened this evening, tune in on next Saturday, 10 p.m. on Possum Gossip, where we'll be recapping all this.
And speaking of Gloria, do you have any sort of recaps for us of anything that happened or?
I did not know what I was getting myself into this Mother's Day, and so I'm just gonna focus on the brunch tomorrow and just pretend like this never happened.
Ooh, brunch is great.
That's good.
Neshoba Valley has a really good one.
When you're in public government, you do have to block out a lot of stuff that
Absolutely.
happens. So another death. Just go on.
Yeah, that's why I get a few of these on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Just charms.
So, is there a motion to approve the community feedback portion?
Me,
of this
I
meeting?
totes motion.
Is there a second?
I second Toad's motion.
Let's approve the community feedback portion of this meeting. Thank you all for coming. The next city council meeting will be right here, Saturday, June 9th at 7 p.m. right here. And please save the date for our big 360th birthday celebration, September 28th at 10 p.m. I know it's late, but stay up. It's going to be a right jamboree. Hopefully no dead bodies. Am I right?
Of course not.
Fingers crossed.
Oh God! And I got a date after this, so this is gonna be great. You wanna take us out with a little cheer? Yeah. We should give you a second chance to do
It's
that.
not the same without Polly.
Yeah, I mean, someone died, so we should probably end this positive.
Yeah. You wanna try it? You wanna try it?
Hey, everybody.
Polly actually isn't here, so
He's
don't
not.
think he's gonna
No
jump
one's
out.
I mean, he said he wasn't. Now would be the time if he was.
If
gonna,
he was actually gonna do
on the
that.
ceiling the whole time or under the desk or
Yeah.
something like that.
I think so. I guess that's big.
Yeah.
I don't know when to start.
Just start.
Ruth, I did promise your husband I'd catch the infidelity on film.
Oh.
So when it.
Okay.
It's not the same with.
It's not the same.
Yeah, maybe we should.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you
so
for
much,
coming.
everyone.
Thank you for coming. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you again, Nick Cat. It's a pleasure to have you on.
Thank you all. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
You can just avoid the body.
Thank you.